Most people know what their sign is in astrology, but there is way more to it than just your sign or sun sign. Today I want to show you what a birth chart or natal chart is, and how it can help you understand yourself better, adding clarity, purpose, and meaning. When I talk to people in real life, one of the biggest obstacles is that people don't know what a birth chart is. They may be familiar with their sign or sun sign because of a meme or a horoscope article, but the sun sign is only one part of the chart. A birth chart is basically a snapshot of the sky when you were born. Here I drew a simplified version of my chart. The circle here is the basis of every chart. It is divided into 12 sections known as houses. Here is the sun in my chart. This is where the sun was when I was born. You can see here a circle with a dot in the middle. This represents the sun. My sun is in Taurus. Notice that the 12 zodiac or astrological signs also make a circle. Here is the moon. Here's where the moon was when I was born. It is in Virgo. This line here is the ascendant. Whatever sign is here when you were born is your rising sign. For me, it is Aries. As an example, I will briefly explain what this means for me. With the sun in Taurus, I am grounded and practical, preferring the concrete to the abstract. I also have a sense of beauty and like nice things. I can be stubborn. This also contributes to me really enjoying music. With the moon in Virgo, I am naturally analytical and tend to be a perfectionist. I can be meticulous with details. I can be critical if something isn't right. This is associated with my emotions, however. With Aries rising, I may come across to people as bold or direct, especially if they don't know me. I can be impatient, and I also tend to stand out from the crowd in ideology and personality, as opposed to blending with it. Also, if they don't know me, they may misread me as arrogant. Now, with these three placements all interacting, I'll give you 3 examples of how it could go. The first example, if you are having a conversation with me, the very first thing you may notice is someone who is different from the crowd, possibly with some boldness or directness. Aries rising. But after talking to me for a while, you will notice that I am talking in a grounded and practical way, with a possible sense of aesthetics. Taurus sun. But I will probably emphasize details and descriptions, which may leave you puzzled as to why they are important. Virgo moon. Another example, if I am singing and playing music, I may be concentrating meticulously on getting the notes exactly right. Virgo moon. And will be enjoying the aesthetic qualities of the music. Taurus sun. And I may want to share this feeling with the audience to the point that I try to draw all of the attention to me, which may come across as bold. Aries rising. The third example, if you are rude to me or say something insulting to me, I may respond by criticizing, Virgo moon, in a grounded, practical way, Taurus sun, and you may perceive anger and directness, Aries rising. Those were brief examples of how these 3 placements in a chart can interact. Astrology is not a fortune-telling scheme or a path to instant wealth and fame. It is not some fairy tale that you read for entertainment. That is not real astrology. Real astrology lets you know yourself and how you navigate the world. The astrological birth chart is the core foundation for this and can explain many things. Some examples are: some people may feel pressure to meet certain expectations, but for some reason it never works, or they are always unhappy with what they are doing, and they don't know why. Other people may have certain repeating problems with relationships, and they don't know why. Maybe they are doing something that drives the other person away, and they don't even know it, or instead they get taken advantage of repeatedly. With some people, their life always seems off track and turbulent, like they are always messing something up and experiencing disappointment and regret. For others, they might live their whole lives not knowing their full potential. Why? Because they don't know themselves. They don't know their birth chart. The sun sign alone doesn't mean much. However, when you add the rest of the chart, now you have something to work with. The 3 placements I have showed you today are commonly called the Big Three. And if I introduce myself astrologically, I would say, "Hi, I am Brandon. I'm a Taurus Sun, Virgo Moon, and Aries Rising. Who are you?" However, these 3 placements are far from the entire chart. There is so much more, including houses, aspects, degrees, lunar nodes, dignities, debilities, and the rest of the planets. To know yourself, you must understand your birth chart. Here is what a full birth chart looks like. If you want clarity and understanding, I offer birth chart readings. I explain the basics, including your sun, moon, and rising sign, plus the deeper levels, such as houses, aspects, lunar nodes, and the other planets. I keep things simple so you don't need to know all of the symbols and complicated stuff. If you are interested, check the video description for details. I'm going to end it here for this video. Feel free to leave any thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.